Welcome back. We're starting with our top story. A massive fire in a building near Hyderabad's iconic Charminar has claimed the lives of at least 17 people, is what we're learning. Amongst those who are dead are people as old as 70 years and as young as 1.5 years. As per the list released by the Telangana Fire Disaster Response and Fire Services, 8 children have lost their lives, is what we're learning. Raj Kiran, my colleague, is joining us from outside of the Charminar to give us more details about this. Raj, what more do we know about this unthinkable tragedy? Of course, the agencies and the state is working hard to make sure that they figure out what happened. But what's the latest that you can share with us?
Yes, this incident, fire accident took place in the morning early hours around 6 a.m. in which 17 people have died in this fire accident. When we spoke to the local people, they said that around 6 o'clock, a fire accident took place in a two-story building near to Charminar, just 100 meters away from the Charminar, in which 22 people was staying in that building, whereas the locals have rescued almost 12 to 13 people from the spot. Later, the fire brigade department came and they also rescued the total 22 people who were inside the fire accident spot. But when we spoke to the authorities, they said that 17 people have died in this total incident, whereas Telangana Chief Minister also inquired about the incident and how it is took place. When we spoke to the authorities, they said there is no proper fire exit in this building. That's the reason this massive fire accident broke out, and this fire accident took place due to the shock circuit. This is what we have heard from the authorities.
Raj, stay with us. Well, according to the Telangana Fire Disaster Response and Fire Services, a total of 11 fire engines were dispatched to the spot to bring the blaze under control. It took a total of 2 hours to douse the fire at the Guzar house. Listen in to what the DG of the Fire Services team had to say.
There is a fire incident in Krishna Pearl's shop and then residential complex in Guljal house area. So around 6:16, fire department got a fire call from this local residents, and at 6:17, fire department have dispatched the fire engines. Subsequently, 11 fire engines were dispatched along with sufficient staff. So when they came, there was a smoke and fire in the ground floor. Our people tried to extinguish the fire along with rescuing the people. So the fire department has used breathing apparatus and oxygen masks to rescue the people. And then 11 people were taken out of the first floor and they were shifted to the hospital. 4 people were rescued from the top floor. So as per the information we got as of now, most of the people could not survive, those people who shifted to the hospital.
Raj, it was a very heavy blaze, is what we are learning from the fire chief. It took them 2 hours to douse. So what do we know about the safety precautions or fire safety precautions that were present in this particular building?
Yes, so we are clearly seeing in this building there is a lapse of fire safety measures, which are actually, when we see this building, it is almost 100 years old buildings, but recently, 20 years back, this building has been renovated. But whereas we have seen there is no fire exit for this building, due to which this accident massively broke out and which lost 17 lives. So now, when we spoke to the DG fire, he's clearly said that there is no fire exit for that. There is only one way in which people can enter, and the same way they have to come out. That is the major reason which took a lot of 17 lives here and there.
Raj, stay with us. Condolences are pouring in after the tragedy at near Charminar in Hyderabad. The Telangana government has announced an ex gratia of Rs 5 lakh for the kin of each of the deceased has been announced, and this follows the announcement by Prime Minister Modi for an ex gratia of Rs 2 lakh for the next of kin of each deceased and Rs 50,000 for those who have been injured. Raj, my colleague, still with us on the broadcast. Raj, of course, it's one thing to announce this ex gratia, and it's an important thing to figure out how this fire happened and how could these 17 lives so far could have been saved.
Yes, so when we spoke to the authorities, they said there is only one thing here is lapse here is the fire exit. There is no proper fire exit for this particular building. That's reason 17 lives have been lost in this. So and also we have seen Revan Reddy giving a script of 5 lakh rupees for the 17 deceased people, and also PM Narendra Modi also announced the 2 lakhs ex gratia for the deceased 17 deceased people, and 4 people who are undergoing treatment in hospital. They were given 50,000 ex gratia. This is what we heard from the state and the central government. Whereas the preliminary inquiry says that due to the shock circuit, this incident took place, and also investigation is going on. After the investigation, the more things will be revealed in that.
Raj, stay with us. The mortuary at Osmania General Hospital turned into a scene of grim faces, tears and chaos. Ambulances carrying victims of the Gulzar House fire accident have arrived from different hospitals. With them came grieving families, some in shock, others in tears, following the bodies of their loved ones. Telangana Deputy Chief Minister Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka has met the affected families and offered condolences. Raj, my colleague, still with us on the broadcast to shed some light on that. Raj, of course, this fire has been extremely cruel towards the people who have passed away. We are learning that 7 to 8 children were also a part of the deceased.
Yes, in 17, around 6 children who are minor, below 10 years age, and 6 are women in that, so remaining are adults. So we have seen the children who were inside the accident spot where they are, we have seen a very heart-touching moment where a mother carrying her 3 years old child in their arms and sitting there, and she was totally set on fire. When the fire brigade entered into that, when we spoke to the fire brigade officer, he said that that was very heart-touching. A mother carrying a 3 years old baby in their arms, and she was sitting where the fire was on her body. So we immediately went to the spot and dosed the fire. That is a major, heart-touching incident we have seen in this. And later, when we see at the Usmania mortuary, almost 17 dead bodies have reached now at Usmania mortuary. The Telangana Deputy Chief Minister, Mallu have reached there, and condolence was given there, and spoke to the family people who are on the Usmania mortuary, and they have given the ex gratia also. We have seen all these things at the Usmania mortuary.
Stay with us. An official at the Osmania Hospital has confirmed that post-mortem examinations of all 17 deceased individuals have been completed, and the bodies are now being handed over to their families. Raj, can you confirm this?
Yes, we spoke to the Espionage mortuary superintendent. He has confirmed that 17 bodies have reached from a different hospital around morning 8 to in between 8 to 9 o'clock. After the accident took place, the fire department have sent the deceased person to the different hospitals. From there, now after 2 o'clock, the bodies have reached to the Espionage mortuary, and the postmortem also completed, and they have handed over the bodies to the deceased family. This is what the Espionage superintendent has confirmed just now.
All right, Telangana Chief Minister Revan Reddy has ordered detailed probe into the incident, and IG level officer will launch the probe into the incident, is what we are learning. Well, Raj has also filed a detailed report from the site of the tragedy. Have a look.
Fire accident which took place in the morning 6 o'clock, in which 17 people have died in the fire accident which took place in Hyderabad Old City. The accident which took place just 100 meters away from the Charma. So I'm standing in front of the accident spot where the exactly accident took place. This is the opposite. That is a building in which 22 people were staying in that building. So as, today morning, early morning around 6 o'clock, a fire accident took place in that building on the first floor, in which 17 people were trapped inside that, and in which 17 people have died. So now the situation, the fire has brought under control. Almost more than 11 fire brigade fire engine teams have reached the spot from morning continuously. They tried hard almost for 3 hours, and they have dosed the fires from here. So now we have a few people who are on the spot in the early morning. Let's talk to them what exactly happened in the morning. साहब आपका नाम बताइए और बताइए कि क्या हुआ था सुबह में, कितने बजे ये आग लगी थी?
मैं वॉकिंग से वापस हो रहा था सुबह 7 बजे। जो आवाज़ देखा, जो लोगों का धुआं देखा, धुआं देख के दो लेडीज चिल्ला रहे थे। फौरन में इधर आके देखा, जो देख के इमीडिएट फायर सर्विसेज को कॉल किया। कॉल करने के बाद देखा
अच्छा, आप ही ने फायर सर्विसेज को कॉल किया? कितने बजे आपने कॉल किया?
मैं 775 को कॉल किया। 75 को कॉल करने के बाद में कहा आधा घंटे 45 मिनट्स में फायर वाले भी आ गए।
अच्छा, मतलब आग 6 बजे लगा है, फायर ब्रिगेड टीम कितने बजे?
तो नहीं मालूम मेरे को। मैं जब 7 बजे को 5 मिनट कम थे या 7 बजे के आसपास मैं इधर से वापस हो रहा था वॉकिंग से, देखा कि यहाँ पे बहुत धुआं निकल रहा था और गड़बड़ दो लेडीज बाहर थे, चिल्ला रहे थे। वो आवाज़ को इधर आया और लोग भी भाग लेते हुए आए जो देखे। तो उसके बाद में मैं इमीडिएट फौरन फायर सर्विसेज को कॉल किया।
अच्छा साहब, आप स्थानीय है, यहाँ के स्थानीय है, कितने लोग ये घर पे रहते थे? बताया जा रहा है कि तकरीबन 21 से 22 लोग रहते थे। कितने रहते थे?
24 लोग थे बोल के बता रहे, उसमें रह रहे थे फिर इस वक्त। वो लोग कुछ उनके गेस्ट भी आए हुए थे, ये लोग राजस्थान के कुछ है बोल के बता रहे थे उस वक्त। उसमें वो लोग कुछ यहाँ पे टूरिस्ट भी उसमें थे, उनके रिलेशन में आके यहाँ थे। वो गड़बड़ हुई, इसमें से मैं 2-3 के बॉडी निकाले तक मैं यहाँ पे ही दिखा। मैं उसके बाद फायर सर्विसेज पुलिस आ गई, सब आ गई। बहुत गड़बड़ शुरू हो गई, स्टार्ट हो गई, जब तक कुछ नहीं था।
अच्छा, ये कितने लोगों को जब तक फायर ब्रिगेड टीम, आपने बता रहा है कि तकरीबन 7:45 बजे तक यहाँ पर आए थे, जब तक कितने लोगों को यहाँ से रेस्क्यू किया गया है?
2-3 बॉडीज बाहर निकाले थे, जिसमें एक 2-3 साल का एक बच्चा भी था। ऐसा 3-4 बॉडीज निकाले तक मैं देखा। उसके बाद में बहुत ज्यादा गड़बड़ हो गई, पीछे हटा दे रहे थे सबको, हटा दिया।
जी भाई, आप बताइए, आप सुबह में आप हालात देखे हैं, कैसा था, क्या सिचुएशन था यहाँ पर?
बहुत भाग दौड़ थी, लोगों के में हलचल, डर का माहौल था। क्योंकि जिस तरीके से वो जो लेडीज भागते हुए आके जो जल गया बोल के जो चीख रहे कर रहे थे, उसके बाद इमीडिएट पुलिस जो थी हमारी, वो लोग आके करके सिचुएशन कंट्रोल करी। उसके बाद फायर ब्रिगेड वालों को, उन लोग पूरे आके पूरा काम पुलिस को कोऑपरेट करके पूरा आग को, फायर को पूरा ठंडी करके बॉडीज लेके उस्मानिया हॉस्पिटल को गए।
अच्छा, ये बताया जा रहा है कि काफी पुरानी बिल्डिंग है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हैदराबाद के जो हिस्टोरिकल जो प्लेसेस है, ये बहुत पुरानी, कितने साल की पुरानी बिल्डिंग हो सकती है?
ये तो अभी एक 20-30 इयर्स बैक की पुरानी बिल्डिंग हो सकती है।
अच्छा, रेनोवेशन
करके, तो उसका भी, इसका रिसेंटली थोड़े बिल्डिंग्स का रेनोवेशन हुआ, थोड़ों का नहीं हुआ। तो उसके अंदर असल एक्चुअली वेंटिलेशन से नहीं रहने की तरफ से ये फायर का इंसिडेंट हुआ।
अच्छा साहब, आप बताइए, ये वजह क्या हो सकता है? फायर
एसी का ब्लास्ट हुआ, तो एसी के पीसेस है वहाँ पे, एसी में शॉर्ट सर्किट होने की वजह से ये इंसिडेंट हुआ। और वेंटिलेशन बिल्कुल नहीं है, और जब रास्ता शटर तोड़ के, बाजू का शटर तोड़ के अंदर घुसे, जब तक जाने का रास्ता भी नहीं था।
अच्छा, आप सुबह में कुछ लोग बता रहे हैं कि 4-5 लोग जब नमाज से आ रहे थे, वो लोग भी उसमें मदद किए, जो
बहुत सारे जो यहाँ पे मौजूद थे उस वक्त, जो जाने वाले भी लोग घुस के कोशिश करके उन लोगों को बचाने के लिए बहुत कोशिश की लोग, सारे लोग।
अच्छा, कितने लोगों की अभी तक मौत हो गई है? बताया जा रहा है कि 17 लोग तकरीबन इसमें
शायद हो सकता, वो तो अपन नहीं बोल सकते कितना है लोगों को, लेकिन जितने लोगों को थे वो पूरा पुलिस और एम्बुलेंस आने के बाद निकाल के लेके जा रहे थे। 3-4 बॉडीज तो मैं जब यहीं देखा।
अच्छा, ये पुरानी बिल्डिंग है साहब, ये पूरे तकरीबन 100 साल 200 साल, क्योंकि चारमीनार जब बना था उस टाइम की मार्केट है, ये बहुत पुरानी बिल्डिंग है। यहाँ पर किस तरह से प्रिकॉशन लेना पड़ेगा फायर ब्रिगेड की तरफ से? क्योंकि आप स्थानीय, आप काफ़ी बेहतर जानते हैं यहाँ की हालात कैसे है, क्योंकि काफ़ी कंजस्टेड एरिया है, पर्यटक घूमने आते हैं। इस तरह के हादसा, अगर इस तरह के हादसा 11-12 बजे के, मतलब शाम के समय में हो गया, तो बहुत ही यहाँ पर गंभीर परिस्थिति रहती है।
वो तो यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम तो है ये कि भाई कंस्ट्रक्शन का जो प्रॉब्लम है, बिल्कुल एडजेसेंट एक दूसरे से बिल्डिंग चिपक के है, जिसकी वजह से वेंटिलेशन नहीं है। फायर का अगर कुछ हो गया तो ये इंसिडेंट हुआ, उसके लिए बहुत सारे स्टेप्स लेना पड़ेगा, पब्लिक को भी इसमें सपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा, और ये चीज़ों के लिए, क्योंकि फायर का तो प्रॉब्लम रहा है, क्योंकि जो जिस हिसाब के यहाँ पे बिल्डिंग्स है जो है, उसके लिए तो है, वो प्रॉब्लम तो है।
अच्छा,
उसके लिए पब्लिक को तैयार होना पड़ेगा।
अच्छा, आप क्या चाहते हैं कि किस तरह की यहाँ पर व्यवस्था होना चाहिए, किस तरह की सिचुएशंस को यहाँ पर बदलना चाहिए?
जीएचएमसी के नॉर्म्स को फॉलो करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। उसके लिए यहाँ पे जीएचएमसी के नॉर्म्स फॉलो नहीं होने की वजह से भी ये प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है। इसके लिए पब्लिक को भी तैयार होना चाहिए।
धन्यवाद। We have seen what exactly the locals who are in the morning around 6 o'clock who have seen this fire incident was saying that because of there is no proper way to enter inside we can see here there is a very narrow place, that is a shutter where the people were rescued from there. From that place, where the people were rescued, there is a very narrow place there. From that, they have went upstairs and they have rescued the 17 people who have died inside that. They have taken out from the same place. So we can clearly see here that from this is the only place where they can enter inside the building, and there is only one place which can be exit from that. This is the ground report from Hyderabad Old City. This incident took place just 100 meters away from the Charminar. Right side we can see this is the Charminar building, just 100 meters away from the Charminar in the Gulzar House. This is called the Gulzar House area, and this is a very old buildings were there here, almost 200 years, 300 years old buildings. And recently this building has been, when we spoke to the locals, they said that these buildings has been, a few of the buildings has been renovated just 15, 20 years back, and we can see the opposite building. This is almost more than a 200, 300 years old building. And if the fire accidents, there is only one way to these buildings, only one way to enter into the building, and only one way to come out of that building. So these have the historic place just 100 meters away from the Charminar. This is the place where the accident took place. And also Chief Minister Revant Reddy have spoke to the local authorities and the police, and the Punam Prabhakar, who is the Hyderabad minister, today morning came to the this accident spot from morning 7 o'clock. Punam Prabhakar was here. He was keenly observing each and everything from the spot, and he also spoke to the victim's family. And when we spoke to the locals here, the family members of this accident spot, so they were saying that they were properly 22 people inside this building when the accident took place. 22 people were there. Later, the 17 people have died in this, and 5 other undergoing treatment in the local hospital. So we have seen there is a major fire brigade. This team has to concentrate on these buildings. These are the old buildings where there is no proper fire exit, due to which this is a massive accident took place. If there was a fire exit for this building, these many people lives has not been gone. So this is what we heard from the local people who have seen the situation in the morning, who have rescued around 12 to 13 people in the morning, and remaining when fire brigade team came here, almost the firefighters have fought to dose down the fire almost for 3 hours. 3 hours later, the totally fire has come to control. This is a ground report from Hyderabad Old City Charminar. For latest updates, please watch Newsx. Camera person Raj Kiran, Hyderabad. आज सुबह में जो भीषण आग लगी है हैदराबाद के पुराने शहर चारमीनार के पास, अभी हम स्पॉट पे हैं। यहाँ पर हमारे साथ कुछ लोग जुड़े हुए हैं जो यहाँ की हालात, सुबह में 6 बजे के दरमियान जो भीषण आग लगी है उसको, वहाँ से लोगों को, जो 17 लोग ऊपर फंसे हुए थे, उन लोगों को निकाला गया था। तो यही जो व्यक्ति है, भाई आपका नाम बताइए।
मीर जाहिद।
भाई क्या हुआ था सुबह में, आप क्यों इस तरफ से, क्योंकि सुबह के 6 बजे के समय था, आप जा रहे थे?
जी, हम लोग नमाज पढ़ के, मेरा दोस्त मिलके जैसे हम लोग जा रहे थे चाय वाय पी के, तो 2 लेडी यहाँ पर ठहरा हुआ था। वो लोग चीख रहा था कि हमारे घर में आँच लग गया, बेबी लोग अंदर। हम लोग पूछे मैडम रास्ता किधर है जाने का, वो लोग बताया कि ये रास्ता है, वहाँ से आँच बहुत काफी बोला, और वो शटर पे से जाओ भैया बोल के बोले उन लोग। तो हम लोग शटर के लॉक तोड़ के करके हम लोग 5 जने और भी दोस्तों के हाथ चल गए, मेरा भी स्किन चल गया। ये हम लोग क्या करें, तोड़ के घुस गए अंदर, मगर आँच बहुत रहने की तरफ से हम लोग एक हाफ एन आवर वेट करें, मगर हुकूमत पूरा आ गया था, पानी वानी सब आ गया था, उन लोग का भी काम अच्छा था। बस हम लोग को बचा नहीं सके। एक रूम हम लोग तोड़ के अंदर घुसे तो 7 लोग, 4 बच्चे, बेबी है 4, बाकी का बड़े एक दूसरे को लपट के पूरे है सो डेट हो गया था।
अच्छा, आप कितने लोगों को यहाँ से रेस्क्यू किए, कितने लोग अंदर थे जब?
7 लोगों को वो रूम में से निकाला, 7 लोग को निकाला, और सेकेंड फ्लोर पे से भी 6 जनों को निकाला हम लोग।
अच्छा, पूरे कितने लोग हैं उसके अंदर?
13 जनों को निकाले, मगर नीचे से और 2-3 लोग कुछ थे गए थे जो बचाने के लिए गए, जो फैमिली मेंबर कुछ है, उन लोग भी डेट हो गया होगा, हम लोग सुना। हम लोग
ये देखा गया तो ये जो यहाँ पर स्पॉट पे जो थे सुबह में 6 बजे उनको निकाला गया था। उन लोगों का वर्जन है कि 7 लोग जो फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे फंसे हुए हैं उनको निकाला गया था, फिर बाद में 5 लोग जो 5th फ्लोर में फंसे हुए थे उन लोगों को भी निकाला गया था। सुबह में फायर ब्रिगेड वगैरह पूरी तरह से यहाँ पर सरकार की तरफ से पूरी तरह से तैनात की गई है। बाद में 17 लोगों की इसमें बताया जा रहा है कि आधिकारिक तौर पर तो अभी अभी तक यही आया है। आधिकारिक तौर पर तो 12 लोगों को बताया जा रहा है, मगर पूरी तरह से जब सोर्सेस से हमने बात की है, उन्होंने बताया कि 17 लोगों की मौत हुई है। कैमरामैन के साथ राजकिरण, हैदराबाद से।
All right, the espionage network emerging out of Punjab and Haryana seems to be ever widening. 6 people have been arrested over charges of spying for Pakistan so far. One of the accused is YouTuber Jyoti Malhotra. She has been exposed for her deep links to Pakistani intelligence services and officials. Jyoti's main handler was Ehsan-ur-Rahim alias Danish, a staffer at the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi. According to an FIR registered by the Hisar Police, Jyoti came in contact with Danish during a visit to the Pakistani High Commission in 2023 over getting a visitor visa to the country. Danish then introduced her to ISI operatives and maintained regular contact via encrypted platforms. According to sources, Jyoti was given the responsibility by the ISI to project a positive image of Pakistan through social media. Pakistan was using her for propaganda and espionage activities against India. Notably, she operates the YouTube channel Travel with Joe and has about 3,77,000 followers. Her Instagram account, Travel with Joe, also has 1,32,000 followers. Jyoti Malhotra has now been remanded for 5 days. Listening to what SP Hisar Shashank Kumar Savan had to say about this.
बिल्कुल, they were developing her as an asset. और जैसे she was in touch with other YouTube influencers जो है जिसको कहते हैं आज के डेट में, जो हमारे देश के और भी जो इन्फ्लुएंसर्स उसमें भी टच में थे. दे वर ऑल्सो इन टच विद द PIOs और उनके सोशल गैदरिंग वगैरह में भी जाना होता था. जैसे मैंने बताया कि मॉडर्न वॉरफेयर में बस हम उसको बॉर्डर पे नहीं लड़ते, ये भी एक वॉरफेयर है जहाँ पे वो रिक्रूट करके और इन्फ्लुएंसर से अपनी नैरेटिव पुश करने की कोशिश करना और यहाँ के जो सॉफ्ट पावर को के थ्रू यहाँ पे अपने इमेज को सो कॉल्ड डिस्टॉर्ट करना, ये सब सारी चीज़ें कोशिश चल रही थी. अभी जैसे मैं अभी दबाव का तो ऐसा कोई, ये सब इन्वेस्टिगेशन का विषय है. अभी तक तो दबाव वाली ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है. जैसे मैंने बोला कि ट्रैवल ब्लॉगर थी और जो पूछताछ में जैसे कि चंद व्यूवर्स और लाइक्स और शेयर के चक्कर में ट्रैप में आ गया, उसके बाद उसे जैसे शी विजिटेड पाकिस्तान, तो अभी काइंड ऑफ स्पॉन्सर्ड ट्रिप ही था. तो ये सब उसे लगता है कि इजी एक्सेस टू मनी, इस सब के कारण विजिट करना. उसमें आप देखेंगे सोशल मीडिया पे वीडियोस वगैरह भी है जहाँ पे शी इज रिक्वेस्टिंग कि मुझे चाइना जाना है, वीज़ा हमें दे दो, इस टाइप की चीज़ें. तो ये सब बताया कि लोगों को पता नहीं होता कि कब वो किस गलत राह पे चल पड़ते हैं, क्या उसका असल एम क्या है, उसका रिप्रोफेशन क्या है और लोग कैसे उनको मिसयूज़ कर रहे हैं. और पढ़े लिखे होने के बावजूद भी अगर आप ऐसे, खास करके जब जो कंट्री है वो वॉर लाइक सिचुएशन में है, तो आप इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर करेंगे तो कोई छोटी आपको इन्फॉर्मल लग रही हो या छोटी इन्फॉर्मेशन लग रही हो, बट सामने वाले के लिए बहुत मेजर इन्फॉर्मेशन होगी. तो इस हिसाब से उनको शेयर नहीं करना चाहिए और किया है तो ये काफ़ी गलत है. अभी वो पूछताछ चल रहा है. पहलगाम हमले के पहले बिल्कुल गई थी, उसके पहले वो मतलब उसके आसपास वो पाकिस्तान भी गई थी. तो इसमें आपस में क्या लिंकेजेस हैं वो हम इस्टेब्लिश कर रहे हैं. तो जो इसके थ्रू और भी जो इंडियन कॉन्टैक्ट्स हैं तो हम उसको भी इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहे हैं. तो हमें कुछ लीड्स मिली हैं कि कुछ और लोग भी इन्वॉल्व हैं. तो वी आर इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग दैट और कौन उनके साथ इन्फॉर्मेशन कर रहा था शेयर. और तो 2-3 दिन में हमारे चीज़ें और क्लियर हो जाएंगी, हमारे फॉरेंसिक एनालिसिस भी हो जाएंगी जब तक उनके डिवाइसेस की विल बी एबल टू.
And Union Home Minister Amit Shah participated in Tiranga Yatra in Ahmedabad is what we are learning, and those are visuals that have come out, latest visuals coming out of that rally, if we can call it, or we can call it a show of strength by the Bharatiya Janata Party. A show of unity also is another terminology. Pia, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Well, Pia, this is something that the Bharatiya Janata Party had planned right after Operation Sindoor. This is in solidarity with not only what India suffered after Pahalgam, as well as the deaths in Poonch, but also the response that India was able to orchestrate against Pakistan.
Indeed, Vineet, aptly put, it is a show of strength, but not just that, a show of Bharat's unity. We've of course seen leaders from across party lines rise above these manufactured divisions and in fact come together, of course standing resolute behind our armed forces, supporting them in Operation Sindoor, which has been quite a success. We've seen terror bases in Pakistan completely pulverized, but now of course we are seeing live visuals. These are from Ahmedabad, where Union Home Minister Amit Shah is participating in the Tiranga rally. The BJP is celebrating the success of Operation Sindoor by organizing these Tiranga rallies across the country. They are paying tributes to the valor of the Indian Armed Forces by organizing these yatras. We can of course see hundreds of participants. They've joined the Union Home Minister waving the tricolour with pride. There's also singing, chanting patriotic slogans as they're moving through Ahmedabad at the moment. Of course, the Indian soldiers ended up neutralizing more than 100 terrorists responsible for the heinous terror attack that claimed the lives of 26 innocent tourists in Pahalgam.
Right,
so,
Pia.
of course, we can see those visuals live on the screen. Back to you, Vineet.
Thank you for that, Pia. On that note, we are dipping into a short break. We'll be right back.
इन्होंने हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस नहीं लिया और हॉस्पिटल्स के लाखों के बिल चुकाने में अपनी सारी